And on April 26th at 3:28 a.m., I went to Google and typed, "What is the least painful way to die?" Hello, friend. Do you notice do you notice something different? It's giving I'm in heaven right now and I need to turn down the brightness. Unable throat chakra. Be right back. On April 25th at 2:35 p.m., I started to have a rapid decline in my mental health. And on April 26th at 3:28 a.m., I went to Google and typed, "What is the least painful way to die?" First and foremost, hi. If you don't know me, here I go by J Barbie. I have many names, but you can call me J or Lemon. Life has been hard. Life is so difficult. I think I've had to be strong for such a long time that I forgot that I'm an empath. And I know it's cringe when people say that, where they're like, "Oh, I'm an empath, TM." But I really, really am. That's what I am. And I forgot myself for so long. Also, I cut my hair. I cut my hair. I was supposed to make a video about it last week, but I didn't get to because my depression was getting the best of me. And I just couldn't. And I think hair holds so much hair holds so much memory and history, and like I said in my last video, right at the temple right here in this spot, I grew a gray hair, then it was black, and then it was gray again, but this time the gray was a lot longer, and then the root was black again. And it just made me realize via my hair how hurt, how angry, and how stressed I was. And my body felt like it was constantly under attack. Like my nervous system was all over the place. I would just lose the ability to want to eat. I dropped 30 pounds. I dropped 20 pounds in a week. While also dealing with a lot of hurt and I had COVID. And I sat in this bed for 10 whole days, emotionally in pain and physically just ill. I felt a combination of illness, and I rotted in this bed. I felt like I could become one with the mattress at some point. I just sat in this room with my thoughts and my feelings and my emotions and replaying conversations and situations in my head over and over and over, and just realizing new things as I'm processing everything that went on for the course of 8 months. And that is when I started to tell myself how worthless I am, how meaningless I am. And I wanted to die. After a crash out, I took a walk, ringing in my ear. I went for a walk. And I was crying, playing situations in my head, talking with a friend who was cussing me out. And I walked to the main road of where I live. And right across that road is a highway. I haven't had a thought like that since I was 23. Not even 25. And that was when I was forced to go cold turkey off of my bipolar medication, which I want to say, for the record, I've been taking my medication every single day. So, trust me when I say I'm in my right mind. Last time I did that, I was 25. And I was taken off of my medication. And so I was rapid spiraling. Nobody was home. And I was feeling so much paranoia. And I was like, I can't do it anymore. It's like going from my normal to whatever. I walked. I tried to call and text friends. I tried to say, can you please come to my house? Can you please be here with me just for the night? Like, I don't feel safe to be alone with myself. I don't know what I'm going to do to myself. Not a single friend showed up. And when I asked my ex, despite everything that we went through, and like I figured that at least at my lowest you can show up here for me. And he just said, I'll come over tomorrow, and had an attitude with me. And I'm telling you, tonight, I don't feel safe to be alone with myself. And he told me, I'll see you tomorrow. And then had the audacity to come over the next day with an attitude. Nobody was there for me. And I walked out to that main road, and I walked out across the street, and I sat in the dirt, and I just watched the cars pass on the highway. I did it that time as well, recently, last year. Except instead of crossing the road to the dirt, and no one could stop me. My phone had died at that point. Instead, I sat on the grass across the way, and instead, I just sat there and cried. I felt so worthless. I felt like my life wasn't even worth it. And I can't understand how people aren't able to empathize with me. I sat there for 2 hours thinking about it. Something just told me to go back home and see how I feel the next day. I had a long strand of gray hair, and it reflected the pain that I went through. And when I seen that, and when that realization came to me, and also to see the black again, to show it's only a little bit of black that grew back, that showed that I was no longer stressed and I was starting to heal. I cried. I was under so much stress and anger and pain. And I felt as though I tried to get people to empathize with me, and I felt alone. I felt like people weren't able to empathize with me, and it was so lonely. So I cut my hair. I just started cutting my hair. I didn't feel sad about it. I always wanted to cut my hair. I always wanted to cut my hair because I missed having it in an afro. Now I cut it pretty weird, so I don't know how to work with it. Also, it's shrunken up. My hair is still pretty long at the bottom. The rest of the top is a little bit shorter, but I miss having an afro. But yeah, I was very stressed. When I cut my hair, I felt free. I felt like so much weight off my shoulders. When I washed my hair, it didn't tangle, it didn't start to mat because the curls just clumped up together. It was just liberating to just be able to just sit under the water and run my fingers through my hair and for it to not tangle. I felt new. And no, I have cut my hair. And I look different. And I feel a little different. As you see right now, I kind of have a pebbles thing going on. It's giving the Flintstones. It's giving Pebbles. Remember Pebbles and Bam Bam? That's what it's giving. I feel cute. I feel cute. I also started to realize that for months now, I've been taking on the pain of others. I'm such a giving person. Such a giving person. So protective of everyone around me because I don't have that. I'm surrounded by a lot of you should know betters, this and that, because I'm supposed to be the person to have all the answers. I'm supposed to be the person to make all the rational decisions. I'm not allowed to make mistakes. I'm not allowed to I'm allowed to make unconventional choices, but instead of being met with empathy, it's usually with judgment. Though there have been moments where I was met with empathy and I appreciate it. Why am I not allowed to make spontaneous decisions like other people do? Why am I not allowed to just make irrational choices? Or just allow my curiosity to take hold? Anyways, I feel like I've held the pain of others and I've stored it in me. So much anger, so much sadness, that when I cut my hair, I realized how light I had become. And some miscommunications here and there. And I have to step away from everything and everyone so that I can focus back on me. Because I feel like I took the focus off of me for so long. I found my peace. I think when I started to release the pain that I hold of others, because I soak up emotions like a sponge for those that I care about. I soak it up like a sponge. And once I rinsed it out, I realized how much forgiveness I have in my heart and how much peace I have in my heart. But there's something dark there that I forgot about. The answer to what's happening to me changes every day. The way I feel about people and situations change every day. And so I have to be in this introspective time period to understand what is happening to me, what is going on with me, because something it's it's so many things. I feel like am I going through another spiritual awakening? Am I having an ego death? I don't know what's happening to me right now. But I do know that it's not just insecurities. I mean, even the way that I was going to get dressed and present myself on here. Almost like in search of some level of validation of like, I'm worth witnessing, I'm worth having, I'm worth engaging with. Who am I trying to convince? Why am I trying to convince people that I'm worthy? I wrote a suicide note. It was short. I only really spoke about my parents and how I wished my mom was a lot more empathetic towards me, and I wish that she protected me more as a child from abuse. And I wish my father was a better man, a better family man. Because then maybe I would have known what a healthy relationship looks like. I have no examples. I have no examples. And so because of that, I found myself in connections where I was worthless, and I accepted that's what I was. Since high school, being secrets because I'm black. Do you see my skin color? I'm not even a dark-skinned woman. Imagine how bad it is for dark-skinned women. Because I was black. Or I was too fat. And I looked at myself then and I was so thin. But I was convinced that I was fat and black. So by default, any crumb that is given to me, I should be grateful to even have it. Because those cards aren't even laid out for me. And it wasn't like I was going to schools in the hood. I had the school that I was going to in the hood, and I had very humiliating moments. Like, I had a lot of eye candy. I think I talked about this in one of my videos. There was a lot of eye candy. And very embarrassing moments, very humiliating moments that just takes the light out of you. Before I got to high school, I was so confident and sure of myself. I think that mommy issues are worse than daddy issues. Having someone that doesn't care to protect you or defend you I can't even talk about it. I don't know, it's just hurtful. It's words, it's not essay. Words. I've been taught to respect my elders even if they ain't even respectable. And just the bare minimum expectations that I have for my parents is to defend and protect me. And if anybody should put me first, my parents should. The people who love you the most. I can expect the world to be terrible to me because people are just terrible. But parents, they're supposed to love you with everything in them. They're supposed to protect you. They're supposed to show up for you. And they're not supposed to tolerate just I think when you feel like you're also worthless to your parents, what's the point? What's the point? When you already harbor so much depression, where you've accepted that you'll have to be on medication for the rest of your fucking life in order to have some semblance of normalcy. When you navigate this world as somebody who is so giving, navigating this world with such a big heart, such a big heart. And not everyone gets to experience that side of you. But for those who do, it's a blessing. It's a blessing not only for them, but for me, because I never knew I had that in me, because that level of empathy did not exist in my household. I have such a big heart. And I feel like the world needs people with big hearts. But do the big-hearted people belong in this world? Not when there's pain around every corner, not when you're not respected. You can give your all, you can try to fix people, you could try to have conversations, and there's so many nuances to things of like, oh, it doesn't matter if you feel this way, it doesn't matter if you're this way, like these people will never respect you, this person will never respect you, these people will never love you. And it's like the pain of that, to have to navigate this fucking world all the time with people who won't even respect you, who uses you. It's a lot. It's a lot to take on. It's burdensome to love people who can never truly love you, to be someone that is always so giving, someone who is there for everyone, someone who shows up for everyone, someone who always considers other people's feelings above their own, that no one has ever considered me. I've never been protected. I haven't been protected my entire childhood. I've had to fight for myself when I went to adults about being assaulted, about or whatever, assaulted by this boy in my neighborhood who kept fucking touching me inappropriately, and going to his parents and telling them, and they're saying, well, just tell him to stop. It had to take me slapping the shit out of him and telling him that the next time he touched me again, I'm gonna fucking punch him in the face in order for it to stop. I had to stand up for my fucking self. And the only time that I didn't was by an adult. 3 times. But it's by accident, I guess. I don't even like looking at my own breasts. I don't like touching my chest because I feel so much shame. I feel so much shame that certain body parts don't even feel like mine's. Just a TMI moment. And when I opened up to someone about why I can't get one and why I'm struggling, and I cried to them on the phone. And then when they asked me who, and I know, don't protect people, but I can't, because it was an accident. And the only thing that I'm met with is, what is the point of telling me this if you're not going to tell me a name? Not, are you okay? When did this happen? What's going on? That explains a lot of your anger. Nothing. Just, what is the point of telling me this? To be someone who holds so many emotions and to be so unprotected, I'm so tired of having to fight for myself. I'm so tired of having to fight and protect everyone else because I didn't have that when I was a kid. Who's going to protect me? Who's going to protect me? Who's going to love me? And this is a hard realization. You can have so much self-love. You can have so much self-respect. But that unworthiness, it hits deep. I deserve an apology for a lot that happened to me because I didn't deserve it. I didn't deserve it. Can't even get a proper apology for the domestic abuse that I had to deal with when I was a child by my own father, because I've gone to therapy about it because of my anger that I felt for it in my early adulthood. And for a lot of realizations that made me angrier, and my therapist having to tell me that when you have a parent that deals with addiction, they will never fully admit to everything that they've done. Those events that happen from age, it goes into childhood too. But that was the scariest year of my life. And my mom didn't even take it seriously when me and my sister was stressed out and scared. And I just knew any day we were going to die. And I thought, what am I going to do to protect us? My thought process when I was 15, 16 years old was, I have to be the man of the house. Do you know how insane that sounds? I'm going to have to be the responsible one. What am I going to do to protect my mom and my sister? and I was 16 years old. I thought of what I could do. If this comes up, maybe I'll have a knife with me. Who's going to protect me? When is it my turn to be protected? When is it my turn to not have to worry about anything because someone's going to do it for me? When is it going to be my turn to be loved to the point of someone wanting to nurture me, to love me, to protect me? When is it my turn? Even when I was in a relationship, I was like, if somebody broke into our house, what am I going to do to make sure that we're safe? What am I going to do? I'm not a man. But these are things that I've had to consider because I'm uncertain if people can even protect me. But a lot of it is because they don't care to, or they don't want to, or they don't see me worthy of protection. And that's what happens when you're born in this world. A black femme presenting person or black woman. I really tore myself down last year. First, I want to say that I removed that suicide note because words are powerful. And I don't think I'm ready to leave this earth yet. Not yet. Today, I'm trying to find my purpose in life. My purpose is to heal. My purpose is to love. And it is so hard to want to offer these things, to want to heal things, when everyone is so stubborn, when everyone is just, it's just useless. It's just useless. And that's hard. Dealing with unworthiness is hard. Dealing with having to prove that I'm deserving of love, I'm deserving of respect, I'm deserving of protection, I'm entertaining, I'm this and that. I'm so fucking tired. I don't know what the universe wanted from me. I just fell into depression and I said, let me wait a day. Let me wait a day before I go on that walk again. And then I scrolled through this TikTok, or I was scrolling through TikTok and I seen this video that I knew the message was for me. And I guess what's going to be carrying me is my delusions, but also having conversations with myself. And I've isolated myself. All social media is gone except YouTube and TikTok. I've isolated myself. Mostly because I feel alone. I feel that nobody cares about me. And I often wonder, if I died tomorrow, would anyone care? And then a second part is, if I died tomorrow, would that be attention seeking? Like, oh my God, this bitch is so dramatic. Why would you kill yourself? That's so dramatic. Over this little situation. And it's like, it's a culmination of things. It piles up. And last year, I really tore myself down. And words are powerful. And that is why we should be mindful of the things that we say. That's why we should be mindful of the way that we talk to ourselves, because it sticks. I feel if I died tomorrow, nobody would care. And by technicalities, the world would keep spinning regardless. So what difference does it make if you lose one more person? I'm just one of many on this earth. And just want to say, I'm just having a conversation. I took my medication today. I'm okay. The suicidal ideations are winning a little bit, but I'm here. I'm here. Maybe I got to be like from Joe from You and just type out everything that I'm thinking, everything that I want to do, and then boom, 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 I'm done. But talking about it helps. I'm not talking about this to a therapist. Please, you're not about to get me 5150. You're not about to have me in a 72-hour hold. Ain't no way. But after seeing this TikTok, and I will put that in a more intricate video that I have planned. 2 videos this week because I didn't drop one last week, so here's one right now. Yeah. I'm on a healing journey. I'm resetting, is what the video talked about. And I'm in my Delulu era. And I'm going to make whatever choices that I want to make, even if it doesn't make sense to anybody, even if people feel like I'm being stupid. I'm just going to do it. Why? Because I have free will. And if I'm going to go through this life, I'm going to go through this life being me. But I'm tired of being hurt. I'm in my 13th reason, but I'm trying to find reasons to keep on going because life is getting harder. If it's not the politics in the world, it's navigating this world as a black femme presenting person, black woman, to be the most unloved, unprotected group of people in America. To not be seen as something worthy of care and love and protection, where most of my pain stem from the men in my community, and a lot of my insecurities stemmed from other brown people. There's only been 2 times that I've experienced racism from white people. 2 times. One when I was a kid, and discrimination when I was applying for a job when I was 19. I've had many racist experiences with other people of color. You see what I mean? I'm trying to find reasons to continue. I'm going through a hard reset, and I don't know what that looks like for me. But if life starts looking like it ain't worth pursuing, well, it is what it is. It is what it is. I would say I'm just yapping, but I'm gonna try to find the reasons worth living. As for love, I'm still struggling there. as I am struggling with my worth because maybe I'm not deserving of it. Maybe it's not worth me experiencing because I have no good role models. And as our society of men start to drown into this incel culture, and I love women too, but as men start to drown in this incel culture, things just do get harder, don't they? Well, I think I'm going to end this here. Here's a cute little 40-something minute, whatever, yapping video, but it's not so much yapping because this is something genuine that I want to share. And something else coming up that I would like to share. Thanks for watching. Put a 555 in the chat if you made it this far. And